I am the only comedian who has ever performed at the CAF Awards. I am the first East African comedian to perform in Mauritius twice. I have done shows that have paid me almost $20,000 for a 15-minute performance.
Yeah.
And then people start saying me, oh, Salvador, you are the government. It breaks my heart.
Mr. Salvador, thank you so much for coming on Africa Speak.
Pleasure is all mine.
All right. So you have coached yourself.
I can tell you're South Africa, you're Master Salvador.
Is the accent that different?
Master KG, Master Salvador.
Okay, Mr. Salvador.
Yes.
Mr. Salvador. Okay, so you have called yourself the arrogant man.
Yeah.
And you
I don't know why, but yeah.
And you also crown yourself as the African comedy giant.
Yeah.
So I want to know, is that a shield, a brand, or is that the truth?
It's just the truth.
Really?
I think if you do not appreciate yourself, not so many people are going to appreciate you. I have done things that not so many people out there know. Yeah, I've been to places as like the first African comedian, the first East African comedian, the first Ugandan, the first this. And I have sat down and I've asked myself, I've done all these things and I'm not getting that credit from people. So let me give the credit to myself.
It's true.
Yes.
And I think we always do it when a person dies or something.
Yes. In Uganda, we say Basimo Genze. They appreciate you when you are gone. So I want to appreciate myself when I'm still here. Yeah. So if people look at that as being arrogant, so be it. Yeah.
So is that like you yourself called yourself arrogant, or is it people that usually call you arrogant and then you just took it?
People who don't understand you, people who don't understand how much you believe in yourself will think that is arrogance. Arrogance is a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, arrogance is a totally different thing. But for me, I am not arrogant. I know my truth. And when I posture it out there, people look at it as me being arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you trained as a telecoms engineer.
Yes.
And so how does someone go from your switches and cables to filling stadiums with laughter across Africa and over the continent?
That is a question up to now I'll never have an answer to, but it all comes to what you want in life. Growing up, I knew I wanted to become an engineer. Because the motivation was...
You knew engineer?
No. The motivation was my dad. You see, I was very intrigued by how a radio operated. So I wanted to see the people who were inside, who were talking. So most of the time, next time I would come across a screwdriver, I would open it.
Oh my goodness.
The biggest problem was putting things back.
Oh.
Because I would see a screw, I remove. I see a screw, I remove. Then at the end of the day, I've removed so many screws. I do not know which one goes where.
Yeah.
So, and I would get so many canes from my dad. So my dad mentioned something that stuck with me. He said, the only way you can be able to put it back is if you're an engineer. So from that day, I grew up knowing I want to be an engineer. And I focused on it and I achieved it.
And you achieved it.
Yes. So I became an engineer. I was very passionate about it. I thought engineering, you use your head, you think outside the box. But I think in Africa, it's not the same, because the opportunity for innovation, especially in this country of mine, was very meager. So most of the times we were working with the white man's machine. You are given a manual and you are told what to do. Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
You understand? So I lost the passion. And as I was losing the passion for engineering, the comedy element was coming through. And that is how I made the switch. There was no technical explanation. There was no science. It was just, I made a decision and I said, I think this is what I want to do, because comedy was challenging. And I'm a man who loves challenge.
Yeah.
Being able to make a joke every time you went on stage, compared to music. Music, the more you listen to a song, the more you like it. For a joke, the more you listen to it, the more you dislike it. So the challenge of me coming up with a joke every time is what kept me on my edge. And I've always loved to be on my edge. And that is how I easily made the transition.
But was there a point, what was probably the point that made you realize that you're actually a comedian, or you make people laugh?
Growing up, I was a funny guy.
Oh, okay.
I was a very funny guy. I was cheeky. I was very stubborn, even in school. I was the area clown. Like every time I would be in a place and I would start telling stories, so many people would enjoy. So I fell in love with a comedy outfit called Theatre Factory. Because I was like, yo, these guys, they stand on stage, they talk, people laugh, and they are paid. So I never knew it was a career. But I loved making people laugh.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm doing it for free, and these guys are being paid to do it. So I got intrigued. I even went and auditioned with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they tossed me around. Shame upon you. They tossed me around until...
They're underestimating you.
And I gave up. But then, fortunately, MultiChoice, DSTV, came up, had a competition in Zambia.
Yeah.
I think they did it even in South Africa, called Stand Up Zambia, Stand Up South Africa. Then they came to Uganda and did Stand Up Uganda. So they were looking for the funniest man in the country. And my sisters pushed me and said, Patrick, by then, you know, I was using my real names.
Yeah.
Patrick, you know you can go and win this thing. I said, yeah, but now I'm an engineer. How do I start going, you know, to do funny
So you were
things?
not a comedian by then?
I was not. I had never stepped on stage. I had never done anything comedy, but I was still funny. So I enrolled and I auditioned. And I came number 2.
Oh my goodness.
And that is when now I started believing that this was now my new calling. Yeah.
Interesting. And how did your parents react to that? Like, imagine leaving the engineering job, a full-time job where you have guaranteed money every month, and becoming a comedian.
I only needed one approval in my life.
Which was?
My dad. May his soul rest in peace. My dad, when, you know, I decided to resign my job.
Yeah.
I went to him and I told him, Dad, I think this new thing I've found is where I'm going to make a living, is where I'm going to succeed.
Yeah.
Because it's pulling me every day. And the engineering, I'm losing the passion. So I told him, I think I'm going to resign. That man, I was very worried because he's a very traditional man. I was the only child out of 8 who did sciences. So imagine your only child who did sciences is leaving to go and start something. He has I had no idea how I was going to survive, but something kept on telling me, this is where you are supposed to be. So he told me, why? He asked me why.
Yeah.
I told him, Dad, I've worked for this telecom company for 5 years. What have I done for you?
Yeah.
And I don't think I am going to achieve anything if I kept on staying. And he told me, okay. He said, are you sure what you're going to do is going to make you happy?
Yeah.
I said, yes. He said, as long as you're happy.
Oh.
Those words. Up to today, they will never leave me. When he told me, as long as you're happy, follow your heart. When I got that approval, I didn't even waste time. I went back to my work the next morning. I wrote my resignation letter and I gave it to my bosses.
But did you have a plan? Did you have money that time?
Hey, talk about money.
Because you were just resigning.
You see, besides my dad's approval, I was also hurt by my bosses because in that company, I'll mention it because they gave me the platform, MTN Uganda.
Yeah.
In MTN, they had this idea of, they could not just give you a promotion. You had to apply for the job for you to get a promotion. So in that department, I was one of the seniors. And the new guys who came in that I trained, we went for the same interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all passed. But then my boss actually made the decision for me because he said, the way we are seeing Salvador's trajectory in comedy, I don't think he's going to give us the same commitment that you are going to give us. So they gave the job
to the other one,
to a guy I trained. So that was also another letdown that made me, you know what? Thank you for making my decision for me. You've made it very, very easy. And that is when I decided. And I left.
And you left.
Yes.
And today we're actually here.
And I left with only $50 in my account.
$50?
Yes.
Like US dollars?
US dollars in my account.
Yeah. And you had a gig that was planned?
Nothing. I was doing, by then we were doing a weekly show. Because after the competition, at the same time I was working as an engineer.
Yeah.
After the competition, we started a comedy night at one of the places in a place called Centenary Park.
Yeah.
But there was no money. So people would come in for free.
Oh.
Yeah. Like there was no, we did not look at money as we really wanted to be on stage. It was the passion. So when we started doing that, we started getting numbers. And it's from there we're like, okay. So the good thing is the owner of the venue was business oriented.
Oh.
So he introduced a fee. And then he said we will share 50-50. Then at a certain point, we told him, hey, but you man, you are making a lot of money. You're taking 50% of our gate collections, and yet you're selling food, you're selling drinks. We told him, stay with the food and drinks, give us the gate collection. He said, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Then that is how the money started coming in. And that is when I realized, okay, now this is how I'm going to make a living. Yeah.
Interesting. And does engineering still show up probably in stages when you are performing, like when it comes to fixing broken parts of society, with the humor that you do as well, and also trying to fix systems?
Right, like at home, I pray so much that things fail, so that I can get out my machines, my tools, my equipment, and start fixing. Because I loved that part of me. The most interesting thing about my engineering job was when there was a problem, because that's when you now had to use your head. So I always prayed for problems, yet the company was praying that we should have problems. And that there's a period when there was a lot of road constructions going on around the country. So we had so many optical fiber cuts. And that is now where we used to get the joy. You know, every time there's a fiber cut in the West, that means there's no network in the whole West. So you find that everyone is with this computer making phone calls. And that was the most interesting part. But they did not happen all the time. Yeah, so sometimes it could get boring. You go, they tell you, check the system, clear the errors, wait for problems, solve them. It became monotonous. So
But can you still use that skill of yours, of the engineering skill that you have, when it comes to comedy?
I think so. I think the way I've managed to navigate myself and handle myself is all based to the fact that, one, I went to school. Two, I studied a course that requires a lot of thinking and planning. So most of the moves I make are planned, are well planned. They don't just happen. Yeah. So I think the engineering aspect, I am applying it in the real life, in what I do in everyday life. Yeah.
Okay. And I want you to take us back to Umbokolo.
Yes.
Umbokolo. I actually just knew there's the name from Umbokolo.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Umbokolo is. So maybe if you can just take us back, how was it growing up? How did you growing up? How did your environment actually affect it?
The funny thing, I was born here in Kampala, born and raised in Kampala. So Umbokolo is a place in Congo, but closer to Uganda. My mom is Congolese. My mom comes from Umbokolo. She comes from there. And my dad comes from a district called Koboko. It's in a northwest part of Uganda. And there, the name of the village where my dad comes from is called Boyo. It did not carry the punch. So I decided, you know what, I'll go with my mom's village. So I decided to call myself the man from Umbokolo. I've been there twice in my life. In my whole life.
Using the name.
Yeah. So, but I'm using the experiences. Most of the stories of Umbokolo I tell are based on people's experiences. Yes. So guys come and sit down and they tell me a story and I'm like, sheesh, I can relate. Let me use this. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I actually wanted us to go back as well. Like with your mom, is she still alive?
Yeah, my mom is alive, like, thank God.
Did you, because you said you just wanted your father's approval, what about your mom?
My mom has always approved whatever I do. My mom is my weak link. Like when things are failing with my dad, I go through my mom. Like if my dad had not given me that approval, I would go through my mom. Yeah. Okay. So my mom has always approved whatever I do. She's one of my biggest cheerleaders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, mama as well. Especially moms when it comes to their science.
Yeah, they are.
It's their favorite.
And then now that, you know, I was the only scientist in the family, I had a special edge over the rest.
Anything you say is like, why? It must be good.
Yeah, I had a special edge over the rest. Yeah.
Interesting. And where do you draw most of your materials from? And is it like pain, politics, everyday Ugandan stories? And
so most of my stories are based on, one, my personal experience, two, other people's experiences. That's why most times I tell stories. Yeah. When it comes to politics, I'm a little bit very careful. Because when we have people who are very, very sensitive. Yeah. Yes. That's why, you know, so many times when I'm posting things, I am a little bit controversial and people are like, that one, he's been paid by the government. Yeah. But I have my reasons why I do that. I have my reasons that I will never tell anybody why, you know, I do the things I do, especially in light of that line whereby I strongly come out to appear like I am pro-government. That's an incident happened to me that made me change everything. Yeah. So yeah. So many people don't know. They think, I'm being paid. I'm eating a lot of taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
The government is putting a lot of money in me to post those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have so many things to protect, so many interests. Yeah. Something happened that, made me get scared.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the people or politics?
I made a joke one time. It was one of the funniest jokes I've ever done, but I'll never do it ever in my life.
What was the joke?
Because it was about, the first family. Yeah, so I got some phone calls. Yeah, from there I realized, Salvador, you are not as big as you think you are. Calm down. Yeah. So if you can't beat them, join them.
Join them.
Yeah, so that was my motivation. So many people don't know that, and I will always do what I do. There will be I get insulted a lot on social media.
Yeah.
But as long as my family is safe, you can insult.
So most of the jokes that you do now, especially about politics, is the one that is like pro-politics.
Yeah. It's pro-government, I'm a patriot. I love my country so much. The biggest problem, people do not differentiate between patriotism and politics. So when I talk something nice about my country, everybody relates it to the government. Like when I tell you, when my O-level school, I studied it in West Nile, in Koboko, where my dad comes from. So that is 1998 to 2000. And it would take us about 25 hours, almost the whole day, to drive there. You understand? That is an experience I went through. Right now, I can have breakfast here in Kampala, have lunch in a place called Arua, go and visit Koboko, and I come back on the same day. So when I talk about that, everybody starts saying, you are paid by the government to talk about the beauty of... They do not know this is something I'm appreciative, because I went through one of the hardest moments in my life when I was in O-level.
Yeah.
Traveling 25 hours. Not certain that you'll reach, because by then that was the area that had rebels. So it was scary. So when I come out and I'm appreciative, people think, he's praising the government. Yeah. So people fear what they do not understand. So they will turn their frustration into anger towards you.
Is that mostly the Gen Zs? Or is
everybody who is very ignorant?
Really?
Yeah, because so many people who attack me are very ignorant. They base their arguments on sentiments, on emotions. So it's not because they know.
Yeah.
Like, you are arguing with me who knows what I went through.
Yes.
How does that make sense?
Yeah.
I am the one who used to travel 25 hours. Now I travel 8 hours, and you bash me for it because I've appreciated. Last year, our region is called West Nile, was connected to the national grid of power for the very first time. We had power, but it was mostly generator thermal. But now we're connected on the national grid, hydropower.
Yeah.
And I celebrated that. And somebody came out and, why would you are the people letting us down?
Yeah.
I said, guys, I studied for 4 years on a lantern. On this local lantern, 4 years. These are the things my children will never know.
Yeah.
You understand? My children are going to go to Ombokolo and they will find electricity. So for you to try to tell them, we used to study, they will look at you like you are very ancient. My children will never understand this thing. However much I try to explain to them. So I always like them to see the positive in things. And that's what I decided to do, to see the positives that my country has to offer, besides the government. Yeah. But unfortunately, you cannot separate the two. Because what your country has to offer is boosted by the government. So every time you praise what your country is giving you, you look like you're praising the government.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Is it possible for you to take us through your process of how you develop like your materials? Like how you develop it and how you test it before you take it out there?
I develop most of my material with my wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She is the first person who approves. If she laughs, I know it's funny. If she laughs, that one I will tell you for a fact. The only jokes, most of the time, I think 70% of my jokes, I practice them with my wife. And when she gives me the approval, she even tries to tell me, here, do this. Here, say it like this. Here, do this. So most of the time, I can even just think of an idea. Like, I can be on a border going somewhere, and an idea pops. what if this border runs out of fuel? And yet on social media, you are there abusing people. That they have old cars. And then that one of the people finds you. You know, for us here, when the border runs out of fuel, the rider tells you to get off and he turns it. I don't know the logic, but he turns the border upside down.
To see.
I just don't understand and somehow it works.
To see if petrol will
it's like out. Petrol was hiding, I'm not going anywhere. And then they bring it out. So such experience, like some ideas come up in my head and then I turn them into a story, a personal story. Yeah, that's how I write. And most of the times I like being spontaneous.
Yeah.
Like when I like going to where I'm performing for the very first time earlier, so that I study the environment and then I incorporate it in my jokes.
Do you like engage with the people or you like?
I do engage a lot. So like I go in a place 2-3 days before my show.
Oh, okay.
I go to the clubs, I go to church, I go to the markets. Yeah, I sit down, I start asking them questions. Who is the funniest politician?
Yeah.
Who is the most controversial? Which is like every country in Africa has a broadcasting station owned by the government. And we all know it is terrible, it's shit. So what we do is we relate. Like if I talk about it and I talk about my experience, people are like, hey, this is exactly what happened. So I try to find out most of those things. So you start with like the first 5 minutes, relating with the people, then you go into your jokes. Yeah.
Interesting. And that I think that really, like when it comes to jokes, you already go with the jokes? Or
I already have my jokes. They are universal jokes. Love, sex, politics, relationship. Those are universal. So when you talk about them, people understand. But people need you to connect with them on a personal level. So when you talk about an experience, like the first time I went to Nigeria, when I stepped out of the airport, there were men who were doing.
In Nigeria.
Do you know what that means? Excuse me.
Really? In Nigeria?
Yeah, means excuse me. Now, me when I arrived at that, I was like, guys, stop it. I'm not that type of person. I was a little bit shy. I was like, there is no chance that all these men can like me. What are the chances that all these men are interested in me? Yeah. Until somebody told me, no, it means excuse me, like, yeah, they don't have time. They're always busy. So saying excuse me takes like 3 seconds, but is that
and the person, if you are Nigerian, you'll understand.
You'll understand. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And like tell us like, because every comedian has a bomb.
Yeah.
So tell us maybe how do you handle those moments when silence hits harder than laughter?
One thing I want to thank God for is he gave me a face that is naturally funny.
How?
So if the jokes don't work, I will do something with my face. But a great, when we were doing the competition, we were trained by 2 very great comedians from South Africa, Al Rogers and, what's his name? Joe Parker. Those are the guys who trained us. They told us, always have that one joke that you are sure about. It doesn't matter how many times you've done it, but whenever I do this joke, people will laugh. So when your set doesn't work, have that joke in the back of your pocket. Yeah, that's what they always told us. I have hardly had incidences where I've bombed.
Yeah.
Okay,
interesting. And probably what is the joke that you will dare to tell in Uganda, but you will never tell it in Rwanda, Nigeria, or like Namibia or South Africa?
Yeah, that joke about the first family. Never. Because now there's social media. Yeah, the report will reach. Yeah, that I can never do it. Basically, I looked that joke away, but it hurts me because it was really funny. I did it in front of some of the richest men in Uganda because it was at a party, a send-off party of a top CEO. So the richest of the Ugandans were there. And when I did it, it was like the highlight of my jokes. I was still continuing, but when I did it and I got that laughter, I said I cannot continue. Because I had killed everybody. Guys were on the floor. To the extent that the MC of the day took about 5 minutes to recover. You understand? Like everybody was discussing the joke. But they were discussing it silently. So it's not until I left that venue I was in my car driving back home. That's when I got that phone call. So that's how fast the news traveled. So imagine I'm doing it in South Africa. How long do you think it will be?
But is it already like published out there?
No, thank God there was no social media. And like I said, I was performing for rich people.
Yeah.
There was nothing like people recording
and stuff.
what people were just enjoying. Yeah. So that is, I think, what saved me the most.
Yeah.
Because had I done it for the general public, yo,
it could have been.
yo. I did a joke. It was not controversial, but I mentioned a very controversial word that offended so many people from Rwanda.
The genocide?
Yes. I just mentioned that word in my joke. Like the context didn't even make sense, but just mentioning the word in relation to Rwanda. Hey, 5-year ban.
Really? From Rwanda?
Yeah. 5 years.
Is it now over?
From like 2018 to 2022. That was the first time I went back.
Oh my goodness. But now, like because that now, do comedians need total freedom, or like do you also owe public some restraint, especially when it comes to?
You know, the first when I did that joke, because it didn't that part, which was a very insignificant part of the joke, it did have context. You understand?
Yeah.
It had a direction, but it didn't naturally have a context. But the fact that I mentioned the word genocide, by then I was ignorant about what the actual Rwandans went through. We had these stories as Ugandans, but I'd never, until that moment when I was defending it, because there was a fellow comedian from Rwanda, is the one who highlighted it and blew it out of proportion, because he cut out that part and then he narrated it, so he gave it context in his own narration. Hey, and however much I tried to defend that, that's not what I meant. Nobody wanted to listen. So it's not until one person, because they were attacking me, I was getting insults and I was throwing them back, because me, I don't fear danger.
Really?
Sit here, danger. I don't fear danger. So whenever they would attack me, I would give them back. Until one guy told me, Salvador, calm down. He told the guys, there is no way you're going to find consensus if you keep on attacking this guy. Maybe he does not understand what happened during the genocide. So this guy labored to explain to me. Remember, by then, Twitter now, Twitter then, X now, had only, I think, 140 characters. So imagine writing to me in about 50 tweets, explaining one word down. And I read tweet per tweet per tweet until I broke down. I had to make a public apology. And then in that period, I could not go to Rwanda. And I was forgiven by the government, because they said, you know what? When they watched the whole joke, they were like, I don't think he knew and he understood. He just mentioned it for the fun, because even the people laughed. Even the Rwandan ambassador was in the auditorium when I cracked a joke, and he laughed about it. But it's this guy who gave it context that blew it out of proportion. So after my apology and everything, the government reviewed the joke and they said that this was not like that serious. So I was forgiven. And in 2022, I went back. Yeah. And now, by then I had not understood the impact of the genocide, but I finally did. And when I went there, I paid my respects to the genocide site. That story is deep. Those guys went through hell. Like I told you, I broke down. Imagine these are not even my people, not related to me, but I could feel the pain.
That's very true. Yeah. I remember also when I was there last year, you also taking through the history, through the thing. Right, crying. I don't know why we were crying.
That session can humble you as a human being. Imagine your own neighbor, somebody you've lived with. Hey, yo. Anyway, let's leave it for another day.
Okay, so you had a public feud with Alex Muaji.
Yeah.
Please tell us about it.
I don't think I can call it a feud, because it was more of a lack of acknowledgement that there was a problem. And then the problem grew. And the fans took advantage of it. The media especially, they took advantage of it and they started playing us. So I remember we were in the US. We went for the UNA convention, the Ugandan North American Association. They usually have this big, gathering in September. Myself, Muhanji as well, and a few other comedians, we were there. So Muhanji had a show here in Kampala that was happening every Thursday. And the show was doing very well. But when he left, the owners of the venue were like, yo, what happens? Because he said for him, when he even made an official communication that there will not be a show for the next 2 weeks because I'll be away. But the owners of the venue were like, guys, this is a business. We need to keep on going. So what they did, they hired my brother, my kid bro. Because we work together. I work with him and he's part of my company. He does my finances. So, and he knows how to organize shows. So they reached out to him. And they said, hey, dude, you can organize. I've seen you organize before. Can you, in the meantime, be doing a show while we wait for Muhanji to return? So the boy said, you know what? This is a very tricky thing. Let me contact Muhanji. So he reached out to Muhanji and told Muhanji, hey, these guys want me to be doing your show for the next 2 weeks as you come back. Muhanji told him, no. It's my show. I'm the only one who knows how to do it. Don't do it. So the boy went back and told the guys. They told the guy, you're a grown up. This is business. We are going to pay you for this. So he reached out to me and he told me, these guys have reached out to me. They've told me, I told him, man, you have bills to pay. You have a life. You cannot be asking me questions that are going to bring you money. If it's going to bring you money, do it. So that is the approval. That started the problems. Because even I reached out to Alex and I told him, hey, this guy's reached out to Tomami. I told him to do it. But Alex doesn't talk much. He kept quiet. I didn't know that it had hurt him. But it was not that big. It did not hurt him that much. So what happened is the boy does the show. We came back. Everything was okay. We drove back. We said our goodbyes. We went our separate ways. So I went and I attended one of the shows. Actually, before the show, it was the week when we arrived, another week. Muhanji said he's not going to perform there. So they kept on telling my brother to do what? Because the shows were doing well, to organize. On a Tuesday, 2 days before the show, when we had come back, I seen the headlines. Salvado steals Muhanji's show. So I started to laugh because it was funny. I'm like, I've not even been around. So I let it happen. Then the next day, the stories now become a little bit serious.
With the bloggers and stuff.
So I reach out to Alex and I say, hey, bro, what's going on? He doesn't respond. I call him, he doesn't pick. After some time, I'm blocked.
By him?
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? And then all those stories which were coming out, he kept on liking them. I could see that he has liked the story. So I went to Facebook Messenger, because that's now the only way I could reach him. I wrote him a long message. I told him, bro, hey, we need to get this to clear the air, that me and you, we have no problem, because this thing is going to what? But the media and the people around him looked at it as an opportunity for him to start a new show. Remember, by then, I was like one of the most talked about comedians. So riding on my name would make sense. Not that it's what he did, but the people around him gave him the idea. And he took it on. I said, okay, if this is how you want things to be,
let it be.
Let it be. This one is doing this one. So what he did, he opened another show on the same day, the same area, just 100 meters apart.
Really?
Me being my brother's brother, I had to support my brother. And I had influence on the English comedians. So he was tending towards the vernacular speaking comedians, and I was getting my brother the English speaking comedians. So it became like English versus the local language. And English can never win. So his show blew up, and my brother saw how this thing was taking a toll on me. He decided to pull out from that show, but the damage was already done. So the stories kept on until, one day, it was at the end of year party of a mutual friend of ours. We both attended. I just held his hand. I told him, bro, we need to talk. I took him on the side. I sat him down. I asked him, what is the problem?
Yeah.
And we cleared the air.
Did you ever clear it publicly?
Yeah, we did it publicly because I told him, you know what? Your next show, I'm coming to perform. So the feud happened between September and December. So on December, he did the Christmas show. I think it was on the either Boxing Day or the day before Christmas. He did a show, and I was the highlight. I was the guest comedian. So I talked about the whole issue publicly on that very show. And it was a very good show. So from then, but that is one of the guys that I believe till today is a brother. Yeah, because he was there for me. My dad passed on last year. That's when I saw, first of all, my wedding. This guy, we were not even that very close.
Yeah.
This guy made
like after the feud? Or?
Yeah. I did my wedding during COVID because it was cheap. It was very cheap. You had to call very few guests. Food, you just... Let me tell you how cheap my wedding was. I was the MC.
Really? How are you MC your own wedding?
Yeah, we cut costs. But the woman wanted to get married. So I said, opportunity comes once. I told her, now or never. But yeah, on my wedding, he contributed a lot. When my dad passed away, he was with me from the day he died until he was buried. And he contributed too much. And he sealed our bond. So nothing, I don't think there's anything that can ever come in between us again. Even women, I don't think we can even exchange. There's nothing that can bring us down now as friends.
So that's how deep the trust is right now.
The trust is very deep. We are not as close as we used to be for obvious reasons. Because now we've all grown. Everybody's looking at different things. But he will always be there when I call him. I will always be there when he calls you. Yeah.
Okay, in 2021, you openly supported President Museveni during the elections.
Yes.
And you say that you actually faced death threats because of that. So was that your conviction, calculation, or what or was it comedy crossing into politics?
No. In 2021, I actually met the president in 2020. Yeah. It's from that meeting that he showed me a different side of him that I've always not known. And that is what when I met him in person, he invited me to State House, and the way the man talked, I would see this guys, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. So my stance towards him went down on that day when we met. And that is when I changed, my perspective about him. Yeah. But I had to come out publicly because I knew he was going to do it first. Because you visit the president, your pictures have to be on social media. So I said, you know what, Salvador, take the first step. And I posted. From the time I posted, the people who had believed I was part of the opposition, I was this were hurt, were disappointed. And also where the insults started coming from. The insults.
From the public themselves.
People.
The people.
Insults, threats. What? I got death threats. Someone even talked about, exposed my address and said you should go there and burn the house. What?
Really?
But those threats were not as strong as that phone call.
The one you received?
These ones I would tell, these are speaking out of frustration. Yeah, I'm not speaking out of experience. Out of experience. These ones didn't bother me that much.
Really?
The person they affected the most were my wife. Hey, my wife. Oh, my wife was very scared with these other threats. But because when I told her about the phone call, she did, it was just a phone call. But she doesn't know.
Oh, yeah.
The tone of the man who was behind the other side. Tone.
But who called you?
I don't know. All I know is they told me, that joke, don't do it again.
Really? Did they introduce themselves, or did they
They first praised me.
Really?
Oh, you know, even as we watch you here, they praised me. Then they first described my family. Yeah?
Yeah.
My children, where I live, the road I use, the car they used to go to school. It was not a, you can tell somebody is threatening you, even when they are not threatening you. They are greeting you. Me, I even parked, I could not drive. So they said, hey, because I ended by saying, anyway, we like you, you're our guy. But that joke you just did, hey, don't do it again. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
And he hung up. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I first parked. I looked around. Is there people? Yo. The next day I started deleting all the posts which were abusing the president. Delete. Hey! Now, my wife did not hear the voice, the tone. So she could not understand. But these ones on social media, they scared her. Me was cool.
Yeah.
She'd be like, don't go out. Stop using borders. You tint all our cars. They tinted the cars.
Really?
Yeah. But for me, these were not threats. These were not threats. The other one.
The
phone call lasted 5 minutes.
Really?
In those 5 minutes, they described my family for 4 minutes. They did not even tell me we shall kill you, we shall what, we shall burn you out. Nah, not direct threat. But you could interpret it.
Yeah.
If you had sense, you would interpret it. That day I had sense. That day I had the sense. I was shaking.
Oh my goodness.
Like I would drive it, and if everybody told me, hey, I would tell them the president is doing very well. He's doing very well. Who?
So they won't understand. We
so
won't
yeah.
understand.
So when I met the president, but you know, the threat was not the reason I started supporting. It's me meeting him that changed my perspective about him entirely. And now I disappointed so many people who thought I was affiliated to them. And
my goodness. So you met the president after the phone call?
Yeah. Wait.
Did you not ask him
like
about
a couple of years after the phone call.
But you not ask him about it?
How would you start?
I don't. You like.
And I'll ask you who called you. You don't know the person who called you. You say, one of your guys.
One of your guys called me.
No.
Oh my goodness. And you meeting the president, you once also said that if only people knew what I told the president, they will not have an ounce of the insult to insult me.
Because most people thought when I was there for selfish gains.
Oh.
They thought I went there to enrich myself. They thought I went there to ask for money. But I didn't even get a single coin on that visit. And that's the thing which hurts me. I was like, I think Salvador, these abuses would have made sense if you actually got money.
Money out of it.
Maybe I was stupid. I should have asked for money. But I didn't. But so many people assumed because that I was paid for me to change my stance. Basically, my conscience was bought. And that was the biggest insult to me. But I decided to let it ride. Go with it. If you have evidence that I was ever paid, because these guys expose you. If they gave you money and you play funny, they expose you, they share the receipts. But I asked them, because I post good or bad about the government. I don't care. Because my conscience is clear. So I post what is good, what is bad, I will post. I'm not scared. So people get confused sometimes. You show us your side. You're always on the edge. They don't understand that I post my mind. Not what people want. Not what people's feelings. I don't.
And also being in the public space.
Yeah.
It's like you are living people's lives, so you must.
It's like people. They put the way the entitlement people have over your life. It's too much. Somebody said, Salvador, you have an opportunity to meet the president. Why don't you tell them that you are suffering? I said, how do I know you are suffering? I don't live with you. You understand? How am I going to explain your problem that you understand very well to the president? What if he asks me, how did you know?
How did you know? Ugandans are suffering.
The entitlement that people have because I have a platform, because I've worked very hard for my name, because if I didn't work hard, I would not have gotten the platform. I would not have gotten the following. I would not have gotten the influence. But I put in an effort. But they have this mentality of, oh, we are the ones who made you who you are.
Yeah.
I made myself. You supported what you were saying because you liked it. If I had not put effort, you would not have liked it. And you would not have supported.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to tell. But nobody wants to understand. Because, you know, an angry person is an angry person.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you try to do, they can never see any good in something that they don't like.
That's so true.
Something that they are biased about, they can never see good in it.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I want us to go to the Africa Laughs Festival.
Yeah.
Legacy project.
Yeah.
So, like, what was the vision when you created the Africa Laughs?
So, my motivation, what inspired me to do Africa Laughs, there was a Nigerian promoter called Mr. Opa Williams, who used to travel across Africa doing shows. So he first hired me to go and do Kenya. We went and did Kenya. Big place, venue, 5,000 to 7,000 people. That was the first time I did an international show. And I killed. And then we came to Uganda. The same guy came to Uganda and killed. And I sat down with him. I said, how do you pull it off?
Yeah.
He said, the only thing you need is the comedians. The rest is easy to put up. And that is when the idea came. Because at the end of the day, I saw how much money he made. I said, first of all, I know all these comedians. They are my personal friends. I can talk to them. I know the service providers. What is stopping me from starting this? This is 2013. So I took a leap of faith and I said, you know what? I'm going to organize this thing myself. I called Basketmouth. He said, no problem. I called Carl Joshua Ngube. He said, no problem. I called Daliso Chaponda. He said, no problem. I called Eddie Kadi. He said, no problem. I said, what more do I need? I went and I talked to an airline. They gave me tickets. I talked to the hotel. They gave me venue. I talked to the production house. They told me they extended credit services to me. And I did my first show on credit. And it was a success. And from that day, now I'm doing the 7th edition.
Yeah, it's actually this October.
Yeah, this October, the 25th.
So what is going to make this 7th edition stand out?
I'm celebrating 15 years.
In comedy?
Yes. Started in 2010. It's 2025. And it was during this month.
Yeah.
Because I resigned my job in September.
Yeah.
And October is when I kicked off. When I did my first show, which exposed me to the rest of Uganda.
So you're always not.
But I was doing those weekly nights. But the show which introduced me to the corporate world, I did it in 2010. 2010. Yes.
Okay. So you now kept the month October.
No. I do it in different months.
Different months.
So yeah, there's one I did on my birthday. So I do it in different months based on the financial availability
of that time. And like, how do you, because like with you have like your broad giants like the Basketmouth, the Eric or Morty. So how so how do you decide who you share the stage with?
Throughout the year we perform together. And now you definitely know who's gonna rock it. Yep. That's how I make my lineup. But there are some names which are household names, like Basketmouth, like Eric Omondi. Those are household names. Every time you mention them, people know that it's going to be a good show. Yeah.
Okay. And this year you actually also included like music legends like the Chameleon and Juliana.
Yes.
So why mix music with comedy?
Because I now consider right now the tradition of a comedy show has to involve an element of music. That is the tradition we introduced, and now that is what people are used to. So I just want to keep maintaining it for some time. I've reduced the lineup of musicians now. It used to be huge, but now I've reduced it to only those two because they are legends. And I think now I can proudly, arrogantly call myself a legend.
A legend as well.
Arrogantly.
The giant of Africa.
Yeah, the giant of African comedy.
And you also dedicated this year to Rajiv, Ruparelia, and Cedric, Babu.
Yes.
So what did they mean to you personally?
That is a very emotional subject. I hope I don't break down. But those two, Cedric Babu was the first guy who paid me almost $1,000 in my life here in Uganda. I was used to getting like 150, 200 maximum. So he invited me for an event. By then, I don't know if you know Zuku TV. They were launching. And then he told me, Salvado, you're going to host it. It was one of my biggest events. And so I sat down with him and I saw the pay slip, how much he was paying every comedian. And I peeped.
Yeah.
And I saw my name. And I saw next to it $1,000. Now, the tradition of most promoters is they will put $1,000, but they give you 200. They take the 800. So I kept quiet. I was like, Salvador, don't get excited. Because you know how the deal works.
Yeah.
And this guy talked, but he kept on talking about me to the client. The way he was elevating me, even me, I did not feel that way about myself. I said, this guy is overselling me. What if things don't work out? Like, you're putting me up there. And this guy sold me, and it was like, yeah. And it was like, that is why we are paying him that much. I said, this man has declared in public that he's paying me this much. Okay, this is evidence. This is evidence. I will hold him against his word. And at the end of the briefing, he got an envelope, gave it to me. Hey, I first went to the toilet. I counted the money, $1,000. So I came back to him and I asked him, so bro, what is your
cut.
Your return on investment? He said, no, that's your money. You're worth even more. That man changed my life. And every year he kept on supporting me. Even this year, oh God. This year when we were supposed to do this show, we last communicated when he was, because his company was coming to sponsor. We last chatted when he was like, I'm going to get you more money for your show. It's right there in the message. And boop, a few weeks later, it's gone. For Rajiv, I don't even know where to start. I was his best comedian in the world. And this is a guy who has traveled, who has been to places I only see on TV, but he was calling me his best comedian in the world. This guy loved me. He took care of me. Like, he gave me, man, they meant a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Now we actually understand why you are like.
They meant a lot.
Yeah.
Even me getting this house, he had a hand to play, because during COVID we were under lockdown, and entertainers had nothing. You understand? We were called the non-essential workers. Yeah, that's how the president. You know, our president is brutal. He's brutal with his words. We were called the non-essential workers, and by then, the good thing I had just done my show, so I still had some money. But my wife was pregnant, and she went through the worst form of that. The condition is called hyperemesis gravidarum, morning sickness, a deadly one. She almost died. So she spent almost 4 months in the hospital, and I was paying a lot of money every day. So most of that money went towards her treatment. So life was going to be very hard. And this is the beginning of COVID. And then this guy calls me. You know, for him, he doesn't call you to ask for your opinion. He calls you to confirm. He first asked me, hey, Salvador, what do you think about working on radio? I told him, I've been working on radio before. He said, okay. Pop. He hung up. The next thing I know, posters are coming out. I'm doing the breakfast show. This is 5 p.m. I'm with my wife. We are chilling. We are doing this. It's 5 p.m. And the next morning, I'm supposed to start work.
Yeah.
That is how he made his decisions. When it came to me, he didn't think twice. He would come and tell me, so tell me about Africa Laughs. As you are explaining, he has signed the checks long time. He has done what? Once you finish, he just says, okay.
Yes.
And you're like, when did you even sign? So that's how much he believed in me. And he supported Africa Laughs from day one. He supported all my projects, basically. He was, man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And like with now currently, like with the comedy or the entertainment industry, does it receive the respects that it was supposed to be like back then? Or like currently, like comedians, are you still seen as the unessential workers?
We are our biggest enemies also sometimes. We have a certain section which is respected and one which is like fighting very hard to make us lose respect. So it is just a win-lose situation. Like for me, I have captivated a certain type of respect. I've commanded a certain type of respect that, you know, every time they talk about the big comedians, my name is among them. And then like generally the public is like, comedians, you are vulgar, you are this, yeah, you repeat jokes, you do this, you are not creative. And now, unfortunately, all of us are swept into that, that kind of narrative. So, yeah, but we have respect, by the way, because right now, I host, like, for example, I hosted the president's nomination. I hosted his manifesto launch. And not every comedian can do that. Or they cannot just, entrust a comedian to do it unless they respect you. So I think we garner some respect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And probably like with the Africa Labs, what is the biggest financial risk you've taken to make Africa Labs happen? And did you sleep at that night?
Whew. Okay, thank God I've never taken a loan because I have built enough human capital to ask for credit. Not in terms of finance, but in terms of services. For example, my production house is called Phenon Events, Mr. Steve Jean. Over the years, we've become friends. So I go to him and I tell him, listen, this is what is going to happen. I don't have any single money, but this is what is going to happen. And he said, no problem. So I have invested so much in human capital that I don't just take risks. Like, by the time I announce Africa Laughs, just know 85% of the show has been sponsored. Yeah, I fear risk. So,
Yeah, ne? Don't make you sleep at night.
Yeah.
So let's talk about family and balance.
Hey, risks can even kill your performance at home.
Ne?
Hey, your wife can leave you alone.
Because of the
risk, because you're always worried.
Yeah, it's true. So the men behind the stage.
Yes.
Family, balance. So how you have married your wife for a few years now.
Yeah.
Miss Daphne.
Making 5 years this year.
Making 5 years now. So and she
But we've been together 15 years for as long as I was a comedian. Yeah, we met when I had just started comedy.
And she currently like relocated to Canada.
Yes. She's working there. She's living and working there now.
So how do you balance family distance and career?
You see, it's all about two adults discussing and agreeing and knowing what they want. So it's between the two of us to agree and know what works for the betterment of our family. And once both of you are in sync, everything works very well. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And like, how do you because I can just imagine being your daughter or having you as an uncle.
Yeah.
A whole Salvador.
Oh my I have 3 kids. The two are in boarding. They are stars. They are stars. They even call themselves Salvador.
Really?
They call themselves Salvador. Yeah. And you see, they just ooze this aura of being liked.
So they understand how big you are.
The two. This one doesn't know. This one doesn't know.
This one just knows daddy.
Like every time he sees me on TV, he comes and says, Daddy, come and see yourself. Come on. He doesn't understand yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so also where does a Uganda comedy stand today compared to Nigeria and South Africa?
Let's not compare with the two. Yeah, let's compare with Kenya. Yeah, how do you start comparing a flat with a small madhouse?
No,
Nigeria comedy is up there. South African comedy is up there. Here we are struggling. Can you imagine for us when we have beef as fellow comedians? Our beef is on who has highest number of followers.
Really?
Nothing, because there's nothing. What are you going to beef about? You're not going to beef about cars when the car is on loan. You'll praise, I have a car. They take it the next day because you failed to pay up. No. So but it is compared to where it was, 15 years ago. I think we have taken some good strides. Yes. And I love the new breed of comedians which is coming out. They are not afraid to take risks. Back in the day, we are afraid. And the beauty they are surrounded by, and they have learned how to incorporate all these new things that are coming in TikTok. For us, like, I don't even have a YouTube page. I don't even have a YouTube page.
Really?
I don't.
But are you planning to have one?
I don't think so. Because that's not something I grew up knowing that I need.
We watch you on YouTube.
On other people's platforms.
Yes, on other
Yes,
people's
not on mine. I don't have my
But
personal.
you could start one.
I don't need it.
Yo, that's like
I don't see how it's going to now add any value to me right now. Yes, that's the biggest problem. So however much you try to convince me, if my heart is not in it, I don't.
Yeah. Are you not like looking at the finance aspect?
No, nothing. I don't. You know, people talk about the financial aspects and what, but the things you have to go through to get that money, I don't like stress.
Within Uganda is also a struggle, okay? Because Uganda has like the YouTube partnership.
Uganda people even forget about it.
Really?
Yes, you just wake up one day and say, hey, maybe I have someone on YouTube.
Yeah.
You check and you have it. But you can't keep track.
Sure, that's a struggle. That's why I think we need like an African platform or a platform that cater for African creators.
That one is for sure. I wish we can do it as soon as we can. It will be beautiful.
We actually have some in Uganda, but they are not just yet there.
Yeah, we have some.
Yeah,
we have some. I think there's one that is coming out called Play It Loud, and it's promising. It's really very promising, and I really look forward to working with them. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And from your travels, are African youth struggles similar across borders or unique to each country?
No, I think it's just unique. That's why it is easy to relate whenever you travel. It's easy to relate because the problems we go through are the same problems we go through. Like when you mention the word corruption, everybody in Africa can relate. Yeah. You understand? Poor health services, bad roads, terrible education system. Like everybody can relate. Yeah. There are just things which separate us, that make us different. But most of those generic problems that we face as Africans are the same throughout.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's so true. And what do you think are maybe some of the lessons that African leaders can learn? Because we don't really respect comedians and we don't see the value that they bring within community. But what lesson can African leaders learn from comedians about humility and listening?
Sometimes in a joke, there's a very powerful message. But unfortunately, most of us just listen to the jokes to be entertained.
Yeah.
And we do not pick the message. Like, one of the best ways I communicate is through my jokes. So if you do not get the point, if you don't get the message, you will just take it as a joke, and then you move on. You will just take it on and then you move on.
And then we move on. That's so true.
Yeah, that's the problem. Our leaders should learn how to listen. But we have one problem, and it's a mindset that was created by the colonialists. If you need to have a control over people, you have to keep them in poverty.
Yes. And that's a universal with African countries.
If you enrich everyone, who's going to listen to you?
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Who's going to depend on you?
That's the thing.
Yep. And that is the model operandus of all our leaders, even here in Uganda. Yeah.
Because you can literally, like a poor person, like you can literally tell me anything if you have money.
Yes.
And then I will do it.
That's why you see
people,
they give you titles. Even at my age, they call me Muzei, Baba, Papa, at my age, because you have that age.
Yeah.
You have that, somebody looks at you and thinks you're going to help them. Yes. So that's how you have to keep people in check. Because if you enrich everybody, what happens?
That's the thing.
You saw what happened to Libya. Almost 80% of the country were doing well. The white man said, no, these ones are going to be very hard to control. Because if everybody knows what they want, you can't.
Then nobody can.
Yep.
That's true. So imagine Uganda comedy becomes an export like Nollywood.
Yeah.
So what will the world learn about us?
Oh, if Ugandan comedy went out there like Nollywood, they will learn so many things about us, about our culture, about how friendly we are. Yes. Ugandans are some of the most friendly people in the world. And happy. Because however much you hear all these stories, oh, we are suffering. Right now, go to a bar, right now, even your closest bar.
Ooh.
And you hear people saying, if we die, we die. That's in this stroke of epilepsy. This one of of Amapiano. This one.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So you acted in Beneath the Lies.
Yes.
Tackling child trafficking.
Yes.
Do comedians have a duty to spotlight serious issues?
Oh yeah, definitely. You see, as a comedian, I have a subtle way of communicating serious things. You understand?
Yeah.
There are people who are meant to communicate things in a serious way.
Yeah.
There are others who are supposed to break it down to the simplest of ways. However much it's a serious issue, you will understand after laughing. You'll be, but this guy has said something, but it's funny, but it's something, is a message in it. So what we do is we decipher a message and try to, because sometimes some people don't want to listen to the truth. They don't want to listen to the message as it is.
Yeah.
They need a certain way of how it is delivered. You understand? That's why a pastor will have a very huge following, because he has a way of words to deliver a message.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's so true. And you once also say that modern churches is more business than churches.
Yeah.
So does comedy give you a license to say truth others that can't?
Yeah, definitely. Because nobody, no, some people will not understand as the truth. They will think, he's just being funny.
Yeah.
But the ones who get it, it will hit them hard. Because modern day church is a business. How many churches do you see out there, Catholic churches being advertised on TV? Come and you get Holy Communion. It will change your life.
So is that like a serious issue, like when it comes to Uganda?
It's not just in Uganda. It's an African problem. Yes. It's an African problem.
It's true. Like, okay, in tough times, like, do you see, okay, maybe I can ask you a different question. Do you see comedy as a kind of like a soft power connecting Africans where politicians fail?
It's not just a soft power. Comedy is one of the strongest, most powerful tools that, if used very well, can conquer the world. Yeah. It can change people's perspectives.
It's so true.
I've watched some of Dave Chappelle's comedies.
Yeah.
Some of them are not even funny. But when he speaks, everybody listens. It's
like a command. Yeah.
There's a certain kind of aura we command, especially when we are delivering serious issues.
Yeah.
We'll have bits, snippets of jokes in there, snippets of laughters, but the message will hit hard compared to a politician.
Compared to a politician,
yes.
That's so true. And like, did you ever probably have a chance where people, because sometimes you make, I don't know, like how we take it, like you said, we take sometimes like it's just jokes, but you are trying to communicate a message.
Yes.
Sometimes. Did you ever probably, any of your audience, get the message that you communicate?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Which joke can I tell? Actually, yeah, that joke which was banned.
Which was
hey, it had a lot of messages.
You did a joke in Kenya of of Uganda being consistent.
Yes. So people looked at it as a joke.
Yeah.
But the message was very clear. It was very, very clear. Our president is not going anywhere. The ones who saw it as a joke laughed.
Yeah.
But the ones who got the message got it.
Got it. Yep. Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. So comedy has given you a platform most Africans dream of. So what responsibility comes with it, and how do you want to be remembered?
You see, I want to be remembered as somebody who started something, enjoyed what they did, and lived with it. My biggest challenge is the entitlement people have of me handling their issues, the responsibilities that people want to put on me. You understand? That is where my biggest challenge is. And if I would do it out of my own personal conviction, well and good, but don't force me to do it, because that's not what I was designed to do. You understand? I have my own ways of handling issues. They may not relate with yours. But unfortunately, because they don't relate with yours, you will find me weak. You'll find like I'm not representing you. There is a reason you have what they call a member of parliament. This is a person you look at, you stand in line for, the hot sun, you tick, you send them to represent you. These are the people you should hold accountable, not celebrities. Not people with influence, just because they got their influence. Yeah. Some of us do not know how to communicate very well most of the people want you to be vocal, be loud, be aggressive.
Especially there's a situation.
If there's a situation that is happening. But sometimes being soft is the best way to go. I have a friend who likes calling it the safe corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah? He calls it the safe corridor. He says, listen, guys, we have tried rioting, we have tried protesting, it has not worked. What if we have dialogue? You just want to sit with the people so that you get money. So because your way does not resonate with mine, you think my way is wrong. That is the biggest challenge we have with people. And then because your way is wrong, you have decided to side with the people. They call them oppressors. The people who are oppressed. For us, we are the oppressed. You have decided to side with the oppressors because you want dialogue. Sometimes dialogue is the way to go.
Go forward.
Sometimes being vocal is the way to go. Sometimes protesting is the way to go. Sometimes violence is the way to go. But at the end of the day, let us all respect each one's approach. Let us appreciate everyone's method of approach to a problem. Because X plus Y is equal to Z has so many solutions to get to the answer.
Yeah, that's so true. And the way we're like, as the public, we...
you're entitled, you people.
It's like, why are you not doing this? Why are you not talking about this?
Me.
Yeah.
Like when I met the president, people said, did you tell him that we have political prisoners? First of all, I didn't even know why I had gone there. Yeah. Did you tell him that the roads up? Did you tell him hospital? You are selfish. I said, first of all, do you guys even know what we talked about?
Yeah, that's the thing. Did you send me the...
Do you know that whole 4 hours I was with him, I think I spoke a total of 5 minutes. The rest of the 3 hours is the one who spoke.
We spoke. Telling you about the problems.
The man explained to me the problems he goes through on a daily. I started feeling sorry for you. You know, he has this tendency, once he's done talking, he asks you, so what can I do for you? Now that's the opportunity. You have to ask for money. Me, I was blinded by, I think he has juju. Because when he asked me, what can I do for you? I told him, Mose, me, what can I do for you? Because you're going through a lot.
How can I help?
When I got the phone call to go and see him, I didn't sleep. Because this opportunity comes once. I stayed the whole night writing my problem.
Yeah.
4 full scraps. Paper full. I put them in my pocket.
Yeah.
But when the man started speaking, I even forgot that I had problems. When he told me and I left, I was very patriotic until I walked out of the gate. That's why I think there was juju. Because it blinded my problem. As soon as I stepped out of that gate, the first problem came. Boda came and scratched me. I remember, but it was now too late. But jokes aside, you see, let us not hold the wrong people accountable.
Yeah.
We are holding the wrong people accountable for what they are supposed to be doing. Because and our president knows that every member of parliament they send is going to be corrupted. And that's where he takes advantage.
Why Africans? Sometimes I wonder, Africans, why are we so like easily bored?
Let me give you a story, an example of what happens. You see, as soon as, you know, when you are going to parliament, when you are campaigning, you have the conviction, you have the love, you have the, you go there with the pain of the people. You reach parliament, as soon as they swear you in, the first message you get is from a bank. Congratulations, you have access to 2 billion shillings loan, which you can pay at your own time in 5 years. Will you remember that your neighbor is suffering? Day one, the day you swear in, is when you receive that message from the bank. This is money you have never seen before. Even on paper, you have never seen it being written. Your calculator cannot accommodate the number of zeros. And then they are giving it to you. And you pay at your convenience. Will you refuse? Will you remember?
With all the problems.
Will you remember other people? With the problems you came with to Parliament? You will not.
You easily forget.
They are easily corrupted. They are easily bribed. Imagine you, as soon as you reach there, they give you an SUV car of 200 million. You came in a scooter. Vids.
Yeah. And
they are giving you an SUV with SC, free fuel, with a driver and an escort. I cannot remember. You, if you come, you are you. Every time I now see you, you become a problem. It's that high.
There he comes again.
But now you come and blame a comedian who has also struggled to make his name. He has gone through the same problems, but for him, he has learned how to beat the system. So many people believe that most of my achievements have been gotten from the government. However much I try to explain, like I have never looked for a job in my life. Never. When I did a 4-year course. When I was in my 3rd year, I got my first job at MTN. I did my internship at MTN, then they retained me as a temporary staff. So I worked as I studied for the 4th year. And as soon as I graduated, they made me a permanent staff. And then I worked there for 5 years. As soon as I left, I opened this company of comedy. And I'm still working. And then people attribute all that to the government. It hurts me, but there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, because now they're aside putting your work.
All my hustle. Yes. Nobody knows that in 2014, I am one in the whole world. I am the only artist, not just comedian, not a musician. In the whole world, I am the only artist, non-Nigerian artist, who has performed in more than 26 states in Nigeria during the tour.
Really?
The whole year, I was flying business class every Tuesday. Every Saturday, I come back Tuesday. Every Saturday, I come back Tuesday for 26 weeks.
And the sleep?
And there's a point I reached, I was done. Because you do the same jokes.
Yeah.
After the 10th show, I was done. I was tired. But I had to do the 26 shows. And if I tell you how much I was being paid, it was a lot of money. That was the first time I ever got my $7,000 per show for 26 shows.
26 shows.
And flights and accommodation are being taken care of. And then somebody comes and tells me, you got money from the president. It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
I am the only comedian who has ever performed at the CAF Awards. I am the first comedian to perform, first East African comedian to perform in Mauritius. Twice. I have done shows that have paid me almost $20,000 for a 15-minute performance.
Yeah.
And then people start saying me, oh, Salvador, you are the government. But at the end of the day, I know my truth.
Exactly.
And nobody can take it away from me.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And do you think, because with us Africans, we're always like, the government must do this, the government must do this, and there are no opportunities. Are there opportunities, especially in Uganda, that we can take, advantage of?
Let me tell you one thing the president said that I resonate with, but it hungers so many people.
Yeah.
You were a fool if you die of hunger in Uganda.
Yeah.
You are a fool. I have my neighbors here. They know how to survive. The guy will come to me and say, Salvador, I don't like your tiles. They are very dirty. In fact, you know what? The guy comes with a broom. You have not told him anything. And then he washes. And he says, Sam, don't you like, even you appreciate, say, hey, for sure these things were dirty. And before you know it, there are people who have learned how to survive. And then there are people who have learned how to depend on the government. The government is supposed to do its part.
Yeah.
But it's not going to, because it is filled with very selfish people who are after personal gains. Until you understand that, you'll always depend on people who don't care about you.
That's so true.
You're going to give your whole hope in somebody who doesn't care about you.
Yeah, just that to enrich themselves.
You think your pastor cares about you?
That's what we
Your pastor will tell you what you want to hear.
Exactly.
There is power in the blood of Jesus. Jesus can heal the whole world. And then you get your ARVs and you throw them and you say, the power of Jesus. Jesus is healing you through those ARVs.
Yes. But as Africans, I don't know why we are so easily fooled and easily. I don't know if it's desperation and also the
poverty. If you want to control people, keep them in poverty. Because that's the only way you hold hope. You know, one of our biggest weaknesses as human beings is hope. If I can ever give you hope. Have someone ever promised you money?
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you need it.
You'll be hopeful. Every time that person calls you, you are like, today. And then they're telling you other things. They're like, maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
That is
exactly.
hope.
That
He
is
will
true.
control you until he decides to give you the money. So that's how politics works.
Yeah.
That's how you govern people.
Yeah. And we will forever keep fighting ourselves. So yeah, we've actually come to I'm like, we can continue the whole day, but we have to finish. So but we have to finish to come to an end. So thank you so much for coming on Africa's. Yeah. So if your last show was tomorrow, so what's the one joke you will want to go out on?
The one joke.
Yeah.
If my last show was tomorrow,
yeah,
I would tell him, I hope, because if it's tomorrow and now I'm performing it, that is the day I'm performing.
Yeah.
I tell him, I hope tomorrow you'll say, oh, he's awake.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
I don't want to die now. I still have a lot to accomplish. But
yeah, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate you. Have such a beautiful home.
Thank you.
And is there anything else probably that I left out that you want to tackle before I let you go?
No, I think I'm good. I'm good. I'm just appreciative of the people who have supported me over the years. Yeah. The people who know who I truly am. Because you see, you never really know somebody until you get to meet them.
Exactly.
Most of the things you know are what you read, what you hear, and what you see. Yeah. Not what you know. You understand what you are told. Exactly. So until you get to meet somebody is when you get to know them personally. Yeah. And it's the same message I give when they ask me about my stance with the president. Yeah. I've had an opportunity to meet him on a one-on-one, and I've had him talk, and everything about what I thought I knew about him was completely wrong. So at the end of the day, get to know someone before you attack them, before you judge them. Try to know them so that you can have confidence of judging them. Yeah, that is the best thing you can ever do. That's so true. Special thanks to all my people who have supported me over the years, celebrating 15 years in comedy this year on the 25th of October with a super lineup of amazing comedians. From Nigeria, from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, from Kenya, from South Sudan, and of course from Uganda here. And it's going to be a celebration. I don't want to call it a show or a concert. I want to call it a celebration because it's been a long time coming. That's so true. That's it. Thank you so much, and we are wishing you all the best. Any plans to come to Namibia? Call me. You think I refuse money? Call me and see if I don't come. There are a couple of people who have always wanted to call me to Namibia. We know you in Namibia. We watch your videos. We just know so. Are you poor? Are you what? Why can't you call me? It's like, bro, we can afford yourself. And Namibia is one of the richest countries in Africa. Yeah. Just call me. I can walk. Yeah, we I can walk there. No, we won't let you walk. We won't let you walk. We'll let you walk. But thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And we're wishing you all the best. Yeah, cheers.